Welcome back to Effective Living TV, social media live conversation with some of the best people on the planet. I have my good friend and sister all the way from Chicago. What do y'all call Chicago for short?
Chi-town, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, Sabrina Williams, how are you doing, lady?
I am doing so well. I was sitting here like so proud looking at that video. Yes, 2 years.
2 years. I mean, you know, someone said to me, they said, Miller, come on, man. You know that ain't no 2 years. You've been doing what you've been doing for 24 years. I said, no, Effective Living, according to the state of Texas, it's been a registered licensed business for 2 years. And so the whole concept, you remember, I was the children's ministry guy initially, and the shift happened, and now I feel like this is a hand and glove dynamics.
Yeah. I remember in the Bahamas when you made the big announcement, I was like, where's he going? But you're doing it, my brother. You're doing it.
You know, someone told me, you can't shake children's ministry, brother. You've been doing it for 24 years. He said, the people won't let you go. And I have a tendency of believing it ain't got nothing to do with the people. It has to do with the will of God. And, timing is everything.
Yeah.
And when God say move, you know that song said, when you move, I move. When
God like moves. Just like that. Yeah.
I want to be known for having been the guy who moved when God said move.
Yeah. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Good. That is so good. I feel you because I feel like I'm in the exact same place. Yeah. Even though I got children's ministry behind me, I didn't think people would kind of forget or put that like, hey, that's not the only thing she does. Yeah. So being online, I'm totally with you. I exactly understand what you're saying.
Listen, you are in Chicago. I mean, a lot of incredible things happen. I had every intent to try to slip into Chicago sometimes this month and pop up on you guys. And I wasn't able to pull it off this month. But Chicago, I'm coming. I love Chicago. And I was telling a good friend, Chicago loves me.
Yeah.
Come on now. I love Chicago and Chicago loves me. But tell our viewing audience, before we dive into our talk, a little bit about Sabrina Williams.
I am just celebrate 20 years of being married. Yay! I survived. Awesome. I am a mother of 2 dependent adult boys.
Yep.
They grown, but they not. And I am the online pastor of Valley Kingdom Ministries, which helped me transition into being an entrepreneur of Innovative Ideas Media Group, where I've been helping ministries, counselors, public speakers kind of brand themselves, get online, do their website, social media graphics. So I've really been doing a lot. So it's been a busy year.
Yeah. Brady Robinson said, what's up, lady? She said, Brady, shout out.
What's up, niece? What's up?
No, man, but I'm so glad we've been able to work together a number of years now. And God's just really been good. It's been divine connection. For us to have been able to work and walk together through these years to seeing what God can do through an individual. I'm of the belief that there's a place for everybody.
Yeah.
I believe that there's a place for everybody. After 2020, let's dive into this. Everything just sort of just unraveled. There were things that people didn't know what happened for churches, for businesses, for families. In your opinion, what was the lifelong lesson that you're going to take away from 2020? I mean, 2020 was here, it's gone, and some people will still say a lot of the residue of 2020 is still being felt now. But for you, Sabrina Williams, what would you say was your takeaway from 2020? And if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, go ahead and give us your opinion as to what was your takeaway for 2020.
My takeaway was, I had so many, but my number one takeaway was do what God called you to do now. Don't wait. Do what God called you to do now, because even in the midst of Corona, God was still allowing me and so many other people I know to prosper and do their own business. A lot of entrepreneurship kind of developed with the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And so it was like an urgency to fulfill your purpose. It was an urgency to do what God has called you to do. And it just showed how powerful God is, especially because even in the midst of what seemed like a tragedy to the world, and it was in so many different levels, it showed that God was still had his hand on your life. And whatever he called you to do, you're going to get it done no matter what season it is, if it's the season that he told you to do it. So that's one of the main things that I learned. So it made me kind of fearless to go out and just do what God called me to do.
The year was a bumpy year for a lot of people. I mean, from a career standpoint, a lot of people transition. As a matter of fact, there were certain industries that are saying they need to figure out how to get people to come work for them again, because some people just chose to just change career entirely.
Yeah.
Because everything got disrupted. Everything got disrupted. What was your thought on the need for pivoting and how people pivoted or made the necessary adjustment to survive in spite of what was going on in their career?
I really think that people really just thought about their purpose. Most people before then, and being a pastor, when they're trying to figure out what's their calling, what are they supposed to do in life, it's usually like it's something to do with your passion or something to do with your pain. If you're passionate about something, then that's going to be the driving motive for you. If you experience a pain and God got you through it, then that might be the motivation for you. But really, it's the purpose. The scripture that says, "Many are the plans in a man's hearts, but it's God's purpose that will prevail." I think that when you get to the point of walking in what God's purpose is for you, then you'll start seeing things in a different manner, and so that makes you pivot. When you have a clear understanding that this is what God called me to do. I might be passionate about something. I'm still passionate about children, but in this time in this season, that's not necessarily my full focus right now. I got into children's ministry because of my pain in my childhood, but that's not what God told me to do. It's what is my purpose. And so that makes you kind of pivot. And I think the point of I have nothing to lose, right? You stuck at home. You have to start using the creative gifts that God has given you. Tap into something deep inside of you that you just didn't know was there. It's like boxing glove times, put on your boxing gloves and let's survive. And so being at home with the family and trying to figure that all out, it just made us go to a different level. And so we had to pivot in a way where we couldn't depend on necessary things of the world that was already available to us. We had to dig deep inside and say, okay, what's inside of me that I can pull out and use and get in the direction I need to go in.
That's so good. A lot of people in ministry, I know you've been a person in ministry for a long time. I've been a person in ministry for a long time. A lot of people in ministry, I would say it's our career, but they did not consider it to be their career. And now there's been all kinds of this moving and shifting and changing. When it comes to career, it's my calling, but it's also my career. And career is not a bad word. Career could be literally just your calling, but it's the professional term of describing what is it that you've been committed to doing with your life. Yeah. We don't use that term like that in ministry. Yeah. We say I'm in ministry rather than saying, what in my career. What's your view on that? That whole term is not necessarily hand and glove dynamics for those of us in church work.
Yeah, no, and I think that it's okay to just say it's your career. I believe that people are called to 7 systems, maybe more than one. Yep. Business, arts and entertainment, government, education, family, and faith is one of them. Right. And so if you're called to the system of faith, and that's where God has called you to be, then it's okay to want to excel in that and do well in it and let that be the plateau of where God elevates you in. Now, I also believe that it has to be your assignment. Because sometimes we'll lose focus on the surroundings, the atmosphere, the personalities, the pay, right? Instead of it being your assignment. And when you're focusing on being your assignment and not your source, then you'll be okay in it. But you definitely have to know that. And I think it's okay to want to strive. If you look at the modern churches that's formulating now, they have a structure of corporate in there. The benefits are being more corporate structure. The HR is more corporate structure. Family awareness and being with your family, because you could work in church and they be like, "Oh, it's okay. You come here 7 days a week. You ain't gotta be with your kids. Come here 7 days a week." But that's even being considered. So I think it's okay.
Yeah, I'm so on with that, man. You're so right. You said something because there are people who, when they think career, they think money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't work for no church because they ain't gonna give me the money. But
Yeah.
but the truth is, you may find yourself getting the money, but don't find life's fulfillment.
Yes. Yes.
They said if you're doing what you love, you won't work a day in your life.
Right.
I believe I'm doing what I love, and
Yeah.
we crack joke because I told you, I said I'm on a little vacation right now. You said
you're always on vacation. You're living a life you don't need a vacation from. Remember?
Exactly. So there are people who don't understand that at some point you need to make sure the main thing is the main thing, and that you don't get distracted by what the world is selling you, because the world sells you if you can get the watch, the car, the big house, so you can get the corner office, but you end up not having joy, not having peace, not having time for family, not having time for fellowship, not having time for your commitment to God, because corporately I'm so involved. And I'm not saying that you can't do all of those things. You can do them all, but you want to make sure that your calling and your career coincide. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree with that. And, if you think about it, those who go to work or even entrepreneurship, you spend most of your time doing that. And so time is the most precious thing you get. You can't get that back. And so don't wake up every morning doing something that you don't want to do. I learned a long time ago from reading the scriptures in Genesis, in the beginning, when God put Adam in the garden. Yeah, he told him to watch the land. That was his assignment to do. But he put 7 streams around him. So he put 7 sources around him. So my assignment might not necessarily be my source for my income. It might never meet the dream that I have for the house or the car, but the sources that God put around me, if I tap into those sources, those will. And I believe God will reveal those sources to me and give me other ways to make what's in desires of my heart to fulfill that, as long as I'm fulfilling the purpose that he called me to.
Let's talk about falling in love with what you do. Let's talk about that whole concept that you could fall. There are a lot of people in 2020 found themselves hating the fact that they were being asked to stay at home.
Yeah.
So what's this? I'm like, hold on. You hated having to get up on Monday to go to work, because you remember Monday mornings was the most stressful day of the year, of any given week, because people had a hard time going to work because they don't like their jobs.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened, and we were encouraged to stay home. And people started to become frustrated because I'm tired of being in this house. In other words, they're not constructing their lives in a way to make it work for them. So I'm a big believer. Make your career connected to your calling so that you can have a pep in your step when you show up on the job.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you're doing what you're called to do, you can work 12 hours and not even realize it. Like your day is going by like, man, I work 12 hours and you still have the same joy every morning when you get up. That's why I really feel like it's important to know what's your purpose, what you're called to do, what do you want to do every single day of your life in the season? Because everything might just be seasonal. You might switch, from you going to children's pastor to effective living. Right. So what is that thing? That is so important to do, so that when you are getting up in the morning, you are like, man, what can I accomplish today? What can I take? I'm a big task accomplishing person. That's like, even in your book, you summed up success to be accomplishing something. And we all might want to accomplish different things. And I'm very checklist minded. Did I accomplish this month, this week, this year of what I want to do? And if I'm not, then I have to pivot and say, what is preventing me from that? Am I still passionate about this? Is this something I'm still supposed to be doing in this season? And you have to analyze that. And it can't be tied to a dollar amount. It can't be tied to, I can't let this go because it's going to kill me. I remember I was working before I became a children's pastor. God told me to quit my job. I was making 6 figures. I was like, it's no way. I'm not about to quit my job to go work for a non-for-profit church. That's not going to happen. I'm not about to do that, Jesus. I missed my season of doing that. I was stuck at that job 4 more years, getting up every day, begging God for them to fire me, begging God for them to let me go.
Wow.
And so it is better to be on assignment than be searching for material things. It's so much better to do it.
Let's talk about the reconditioning of one's mind.
Yeah.
Mindset, because some people be like, well, I can't buy the car I used to could buy. I can't live in the neighborhood I used to could live in. I can't spend what I used to could spend. But the truth is, you're struggling because you're still thinking about what people think, and you just need to get to the core of who you are. And the core of who you are is, this is what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
I like doing what I'm doing. Now, I may not make as much. I may just need, and watch it. At this point, I may not make as much because that money is still coming. You know what I'm saying? The money that belongs to me, I'm calling for it. Listen, bring it to me, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
So I believe that it is possible to be profitable in your passion and your purpose. Let me say that again. It is possible to be profitable in your passion and in your purpose. I believe that it is possible to learn how to live a phenomenal and amazing life in the place where you belong. But let's talk about the mindset, because like you said, you left a corporate America, let's say corporate America, and you went into ministry, and some would have said they left corporate America to become an entrepreneur, to start their own business. And then life started to adjust itself, because it wasn't like it was when you had that, what we would call a traditional job. Mindset one must have to be an entrepreneur. The mindset one must have to sometimes downgrade a job to come back up.
It is possible. I found that God has put resiliency in people if they tap into it. And if you get into those situations where you have to downgrade, or you are entrepreneur, now you got to be strong-willed and a hustler, the good hustler to be an entrepreneur. That's just not for punks. You really got to do it, and you got to love what you do. And I think that once you find yourself fulfilled in getting up and doing and accomplishing and doing what you're passionate about, you'll find that would take over the false fulfillment of material things, because that's really what it's tied to. When you think about a job or not want to downgrade and all that, it's just the material things that you're scared of losing. But when you get that, if I have to lose it all just to gain my joy, if I have to lose it all to walk in my purpose, if I have to lose it all so I can get up every morning and be happy about the person that I see in the mirror, it's worth it. And then you'll start seeing and getting other avenues of how to balance out what you lost and what you're about to gain. And I still believe you could be successful. I don't believe God will give you a purpose, an assignment, and not give you all the things that you're designing in your heart as well. We're kingdom kids, so we supposed to live like kings. Just get into that purpose place and going through that process of it so that we can appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined with Sabrina Williams out of Chicago. This lady is on the move, making things happen. And let me tell you something. She always delivers when she shows up. So I'm excited. Do me a favor and share, like, comment, invite someone else to check this out. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter right now. And so we want you to connect with us. So, Sabrina, I want to talk about the fact that there are people who made the adjustment, but they're having a hard time of the decision they made. The decision one must make in your career may not be the popular opinion of the masses. It may not be the popular opinion of your family. It may not be the popular opinion of your friends. You work too much. Why are you putting in that much hours? Why you bought that car? Why you live in that house? Why are you doing this? And so when it comes to career fulfillment, one must learn how to find their place and be okay with the people who have a problem with the place you found. You found the job. You found the place. You found the thing that you believe you want. Do you know that there are so many people who are just outright not happy, and they're frustrated because their sister gave them a hard time for their house. Their brother gave them a hard time because of where they work. Their mother is giving them a hard time because of how much money they bring home on an annual basis. I didn't ask you for anything, but why are you still coming hard at me? You know what I'm saying? That's what some people may want to say to their parents. even as adults. It's like, when you going to get a real job, when you going to buy a real house, when you going to talk to us when it comes to learning how to live free of people's opinion and learning how to embrace oneself.
Yeah, I think people have to learn how to not really care what other people say. And if that person doesn't matter, you know, your mother, and that's kind of different, but you got to learn how to gift the goodbye. I got the gift of goodbye. In this time in this season, if you're not helping me get to where I need to be, I got to say goodbye right now. You know, we might see again later on, but I can't do that. And it's not important what people say. It's important about how you feel. You know, there were so many from this pandemic, mental stress, people just being more aware, cognitive of their mental awareness and what's going on with them. And you have to live with yourself first. You have to live with yourself first. And people pleasing is just not on the agenda in this season. Wow. I can't afford to please people.
Oh, you gotta say that again. People pleasing, you all write that down. People pleasing is not on the agenda in this season. I'm gonna hold that for a while. That's the thought. Go ahead.
So, you know, you got to work out your household.
Yeah.
But I feel like if your household understands the goal, if they understand the long outcome, if you could work that in there. And I don't really believe in balance. I think at one time or another, you're always going to show something more attention. But if you rotate enough back to the things that matter, they won't feel missed. But outside of the household, you know, people outside of the house, Mom, I love you. This might be the season we just going to talk on the phone for about 10 minutes, check in with you. I got to go because I have to stay focused. When you change your lifestyle, that's stressful enough on you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is.
You got to encourage yourself. You got to hazak yourself. You got to ask God 5 times, this is what you told me to do. Am I all right? You know, where's the people at? Where's the revenue? Where's the business? Where's the customers? What are invitations? Right. And so you don't have time to pacify somebody else about your purpose while you're encouraging yourself about it.
Don't have time to pacify, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about. We're saying, listen, you're on a mission to creating a life you don't need a vacation from. You better make sure the things you're doing on a daily basis, they're working in favor of you. Don't get locked in on doing something that you know. Listen, man, your blood pressure is going up because of what you're doing on a daily basis. Listen, you can't sleep at night because of what you do on a daily basis. I mean, you're just not enjoying life.
Yeah.
As mentioned early on, 2020 should have been a massive wake-up call to ensure that you are starting to structure yourself in a way to make sure the rest of your life becomes the best of your life. For the past 7 years, Sabrina, we've been doing radio. You've been on the radio show with me a couple of times, and it was Children's Ministry Today with Ricardo Miller. And then we moved over to being Effective Living with Ricardo Miller. And now we're building a team where listen, man, great things are happening even with the radio show. 2 years Effective Living, 7 years in general on the radio. Check this out, and I'll be back with Sabrina Williams.
We're Mondays in and out. We're showing up. We're providing great content to help people take their life to a whole new level.
Here on Fishbowl Radio Network, I learned a quote a couple of years ago, guys, and it really helped me to form this whole platform and the service we provide to Effective Living. And it says, life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you respond to it. Most people don't understand it's about the response. Sami G joining us for 7 years. I mean, we've been on the platform doing our thing. And we're celebrating 7 years. 7 years.
7 years! Good job! Good job! Good job!
There's room for improvement. What do y'all think about it? Faith, family, family, finance, fitness, and fun.
Come on.
I'm talking about to have all of them on lock. I'm telling you, I'm in pursuit of it.
Yes.
I'm in pursuit of it. Creating a life you don't need a vacation from is possible. Join us every Monday right here on Effective Living. Connect with us with our various services on our website, ricardomiller.com. Love and appreciate you. 7 years going strong. Good night, everybody. Good night. Woo.
Hi, it's Ricardo Miller of Effective Living here on Fishbowl Radio Network, where we're helping you to create a life you don't need to take a vacation from. Every Monday night at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Wow, can you believe 7 years already? Wow, on the radio.
That's powerful, right there. I was excited, like, yes.
You know, I was shy at one point, afraid to talk on the radio. Can you believe that?
No. But I tell people I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
I don't think people really, when you're with me, you probably know, but when I'm on live or I'm on stage, you wouldn't know. But yeah.
Listen, we have the one and only who's doing radio with me now. Della Major is in the
house. That's my yeah.
And we got Brady. Thank you for checking us out, Brady. Listen, Brady was a part of it. You saw that 7-year celebration in the studio. Brady is amazing. And guys, follow Brady. Okay, go ahead. Robinson Empowerment Group. Listen, Brady's doing some phenomenal things. She'll help you to get that money together. Okay, you want to get your money together. When your money is funny, understand someone is assigned to help you.
Yeah.
Okay, someone's assigned to help you. Miss Sabrina, let's dive back into this whole concept of career and fulfillment and making the necessary adjustment to make sure that we're building this thing out favorably.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who find themselves living with regret.
Yeah.
I think regret is a sorry place to live. What's your view on it?
I think it's a very sorry place to live. And most people don't even know they're living in it. That's the sad part about it. Like, they can't recognize or pinpoint what's wrong with me. They mad at the kids, they mad at their wife, they mad at the boss, everybody's upset. It's just that you're not fulfilled and happy inside. I was looking at the title on here and I'm thinking, I don't think people know what effective living is. Yeah. We're not taught effective living. We're taught how to survive. Wow. Get a job, go to school and do that, and never really asked sincerely, what do you want to do? And if we say something that doesn't seem to have the dollar amount matched to it, then we're discouraged from doing that. Not realizing that God has graced me with the anointing to make it in that field and be the one who changed the pay amount for that field. You know what I mean? So we really have to just have an internal inspection of what's going on with us so that we can live effectively.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sabrina Williams is joining us today. I want to talk about an event before I bring Sabrina in on a question I have for her. Next month, August, we're having our 5K run walk in Arlington, Texas. This one is going to be a phenomenal event. If you're anywhere in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you need to come and check us out. Listen, guys, August 21st, 7 a.m., we're going to be gathering up at River Legacy Park. This is the event, okay? This is the event where if you're trying to take care of your body moving forward, because listen, your body is a vehicle God uses to fulfill your assignment, come out and work out with us. Come out and work out with us.
Yeah, I need an effective living Chi-Town.
Come on, we're going to do something in Chi. I'm telling you, we're coming.
Yes. I can participate.
Right now, they ain't got all the planes in the air. They're trying to get the pilots to come back to work, the sporters to come back to work, and so forth.
Yeah.
And so once they get everything starting to circulate a little bit, Effective Living is going to be doing some stuff. We're doing a cruise in 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, we going on the open seas, guys. We're going on the seas, and so I'm excited about that. Sabrina, let's go back for a moment. You said that you've been doing ministry. When you were called to ministry, what were some of the nervousing factors that were there initially that you didn't realize it will go away? Because now you're a veteran in the space, but initially you were like, oh, I don't know if I could do ministry. I can work at a church. What was your thought there?
One was me being an introvert.
Okay.
Because
I still don't believe you're an introvert, but go ahead.
Just because I've already had a leadership role in corporate, but just, the whole church thing, I wasn't born and raised, and so I didn't know all the church etiquette and all that other stuff. And I wasn't trying to, I wanted God to use me as me, and I didn't want to turn into this, some person I wasn't. Yeah. But just, did I have it within me to do it in a church atmosphere? And I don't know why we separate corporate and church from the knowledge, because I feel like I came in better coming from corporate than the pew, because my mentality was corporate structure, and I can bring my gifts and my talents and my understanding and structures and systems to a place. So that kind of helped me out. But I also felt like leaving corporate, and again, it took me a long time because of the money that I was making. Yeah. It was I don't know about this. I'm okay, because I was just doing children's ministry for free $99, and I was okay doing it like that. And so I think all of those things initially got me. But once you kind of realize that it's not about you anyway, God has put it in you to do it. But be open to the process, be open to learning, be open to mentorship, those kind of things, and just be you. That's the greatest thing I learned about ministry. Just be you. Just be you.
Now, we live in a society where a lot of people haven't been taught to be themselves.
Yeah.
We've been conditioned by those we were raised by. We were conditioned and trained by our teachers or school or you know what I'm saying? Group. Yeah. And so there are a lot of people who they are not themselves and they know it, but they can't break free of who they have become because they have been that for so long.
Yeah.
So when we say just be you, what happens when I haven't been me? But now I'm 45 years old. I'm 45 years old and I feel like, what says Apostle Paul? He says, listen, I know to do, but I'm not doing what I know to do because I there's the struggle within.
Yeah. I actually find that is a lot of senior leadership trouble in ministry. We are ministering to people so they can get healing while we're hurt. And so we're not authentically being ourselves so that the spirit that's in us that healed us is meeting the spirit that they need to be healed. So I feel like that's a lot of that going on. But I think we have to come into a real relationship with God, not the traditional, I know how to raise my hand, or I know how to say I'm blessed and highly favored when I don't feel good. I know all those different things. I think when we come into the real understanding and allow God to heal us, receive that healing so that we can be ourselves. Once you receive God's true healing for yourself, you'll never be a counterfeit.
Wow. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is possible to not be a counterfeit. Now, here's the deal. Haters come with authenticity.
Yeah.
Listen, when the more real you are, the more people will have a problem with you. Let's talk about responding or refusing to respond. However, what's your view on haterade? What's your view on dealing with the haters? Della, you're watching us. How do you respond to haters? Billy, how do you respond to haters? Jocelyn, how do you respond? If you're watching us, I want to know. Write in the comment section. Sabrina, someone is not going to like you because you're showing up as to who you really are. And it's not that you have, watch this, it's not that you have changed to distance yourself. You've changed to become your best self.
Yeah.
And some people don't accept the fact that having changed would bring a divide sometimes and difference. But they're hating on the fact that you're more in sync with who you are. Yeah. How do you deal with that, or how should someone deal with that when they are more in line with who they are, and they're becoming more of what they feel God is calling them to be, but the hate and the vibes are starting to show up from siblings, from general family members, outright bosses and work colleagues and lifelong friends. I mean, haters are real. What's your thought on this?
They are so real. And I have, like Ricardo, you was like reading the book of Sabrina right now. I haven't been experiencing this actually. And I don't really so much care about them per se.
Yeah.
You have to figure that out yourself. Like you got to figure out your own thing.
Come on. Yeah.
I have to figure out me. Like, am I becoming everything authentically who I'm created to be? Is that taking me on a journey to live this effective life? Am I becoming more happy? Am I finding more accomplishments? Am I meeting greater people? Because I find that God also sends the correct tribe to you when you get the spies out.
Wow. Yeah. Right. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Come on.
So the people who are supposed to be in my life, God can't send them yet because I got perpetrators in my life that will contaminate those who's supposed to come with me. So he's not going to let them get contaminated. So I got to clean out my own jar.
Come on. Come on.
Separate myself from them. And then God can send the people to me who's really supposed to be there. And you'll find yourself propelling so high that you won't even remember the haters that's still down there.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, learn to get past your haters, okay? People have a problem with you. I like what Sabrina says. Hey, that's got nothing to do with me. You're dealing with something that you're just going to have to learn to deal with. One of the most liberating thing that I found myself learning to accept was that I need to be okay with not everybody feeling the way that I'm going and growing and showing up on a daily basis. Not every, and so I've been pushing this whole thing. Not everybody like KFC. Not everybody like Popeye's chicken. Not everybody like Williams chicken, but Williams chicken got their customers. Popeye's got their customers. KFC got their customers. And there's so many other chicken joints.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so there's enough for all of us. So I don't need everyone to like me. Oh, did you hear what I just said? I don't need everyone to like me. I just need to be found faithful. And I'm hoping that those who have been called to be around me, if they're interested in being found faithful, we're going to connect. Yeah. We're going to connect. But that whole idea of being okay, that not everybody's going to be okay with me, is so liberating.
Yeah, it's so freeing because when you don't think about people, concept, you will go for it. You will go and just try to climb that mountain and get to the top of the peak and won't care who's telling you to climb down. Like, it is so freeing not to care what other people think about you. Like, that is the greatest burden that I think the enemy tries to use, is to make you self-guess yourself. Like, those people know you better than you know you.
Let me ask you this question, Sabrina. When did you independently learn to find your voice? It took me a long time. I got to say this. It took me a long time. Most of the decisions I made, if not all of the decisions I made, up to about 35, was not my decision.
Yeah. I think my mama told me I always was like independent and outspoken. Like, I would say, no, I'm not wearing that to school today. No, that's not what I'm wearing today. But I feel like my flame got dimmed a little in school when I found different interests than other people. And that whole self-discovery of, it's okay that I don't like what you like. Right. It kind of got dimmed that way. Yeah. But I found that I was okay being who I am when I just found that my voice, my authentic voice, was the greatest power that I had. When I was trying to be something that I wasn't succeeding. Yeah. And I wasn't happy either. You know, I was just living this life. But when I was like, I don't care what y'all think.
Right. Yeah.
I will go around telling people I'm urban. Like, I'm urban. Yeah. That's me. I don't care what you think. That's not me. I'm not going to be all suburban. That's not going to be me. Yeah. Now, most people would misinterpret it as saying I was ghetto. I was never saying I'm ghetto. Ghetto is a state of mind. You can live in the suburbs and be ghetto. Right. What I was saying was I'm a city girl. I'm a city girl and I like the city. And so I got a city swag to me. Yeah. And that's okay because the people who's called to me need my city swag.
Right. Yeah.
And when you realize that, like, the authentic who you are is the people who are assigned to you, not only for you to minister to, but to prepare you to where you need to go. You know, so it's some urban people out here who's living in $1 million houses. It's gonna be like, oh, that's the urban girl I want right there. She the one I need. They gonna miss me. I'm over here trying to act like I'm from the burbs. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be who I am.
I got to be who I am. Now, Sabrina, I want to dive back into that a little bit more. When you mentioned the whole concept of being able to identify, I don't like that, or they like that, that's their choice.
Yeah.
I like, just in the last 5-10 years, I've come to appreciate the food court in a mall or even in the airport, because a food court represents difference. Yeah. And that's what humanity is all about. And the idea that I may want to go get Chinese and you may want to go get pizza, and we both come back to the table and sit down. That's how really I think life's supposed to be. Yeah. However, Sabrina, I found myself, I was bullied for a while about but deciding I wanted Chinese, and everybody, you should get pizza. You gonna get pizza. Or you ever had a cruise? They telling you when you grown. Yeah.
You don't want to eat that.
You don't. Do I look like how you can tell me what I don't want to do? and so it wasn't about in the last 5 years that I've learned to just be okay with when I don't know if you remember when I was doing the vegan thing. I chose to do the vegan thing. I was like, that's my option. I chose not to have TV in my home. That was my option. Yeah. When I decided to grow my beard, and the first time I grew my beard, I died the bad boy because people gonna think I'm old, and I was like, hold on, this is mine, okay? Yeah. I'm gonna grow my beard, and then I did the braces. And I didn't initially was gonna close my hole, Someone said to me, one of my old school friends called me, bro, you can't close the gate, right? You open, you can't close it. Who are you? I mean,
right.
And I'm just saying there's this pressure, and peer pressure.
Yeah.
What is it that you want? Where is it that you're going? What is it that you should be about? Yeah. When you lay down at night, do you feel a sense of satisfaction in having given yourself your best self to the world, or are you living in a box? You went ahead and got pizza when you know you wanted Chinese food, and now you're eating that thing and you even ain't feeling it, and you mad because you're trying to fit in at the table. Yeah. Talk to me about peer pressure, even as adults.
Ricardo Miller, let me tell you this. I think that we are too accommodating. Right. We give people 90% control of what should happen to us, and we only take 10%. Wow. And that's the opposite. Like, we shouldn't do that. And I'm going to tell you, when I got married for my wedding, I wanted pizza.
Right.
I was in this nice hall. That pizza is my favorite food. I wanted pizza. Yeah. I spent $17 a plate. I didn't eat none of it. Yeah. My guests, they ate all of it. You know what I went home and ate?
Yeah.
Pizza. Now, why couldn't I just have pizza at my own wedding? Because I'm accommodating other people. And we spend our whole lives accommodating other people. No, I don't have to accommodate you. You gotta accept me how I am. That's it.
If you come to my house, this is what we serving.
Right, exactly.
You don't have to eat.
Right, you don't have to eat. No, and I'm eating on paper plates. You eating on a paper plate or you not? But it's the truth, and we should not allow people to have that much dictation of our lives. Only God could tell us, because He created us. Like, they didn't create us. They're not even. How about this? They're not even satisfied with themselves.
Oftentimes,
but they're trying to tell us how to be satisfied.
My last question for you, because I love this, and I think you're helping people, and I love having the opportunity to express this with you. But let's talk about the fact that you don't have to be angry when you say no. Like, I don't have to give, because I had to learn that I grew up that if I disagree with you, when I do respond, I need to respond angrily.
Yeah.
So respond in an angry way.
Yeah.
I had to learn that my no don't have to come across angry.
Yeah.
My decline, my choosing to go another way does not have to come off in bad spirited fashion.
Right.
What's your view on the ability to say no and still smile?
Because I know my no is entangled in freedom. So it makes me smile. Like, no, I don't want to do that. That's okay. I don't want to do it. No, it's okay. I don't want to do it. You know, you can ask me 5 times. No, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And it's okay for me to say no. It don't mean I don't like you.
Right.
It doesn't mean I don't want to serve with you in another capacity. But when you know where you're going, you won't let other people good ideas take you off your path. That might be a great idea.
Right.
That's not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
So I have to say no. And I'm happy with it. You might take it offensively if I'm saying no. I can smile all day. You still might take it, like I said, mad. But the point is, when you walk away, is no.
Now, last one, I'm going to work this in. There's 2 points. I want to work this one and make sure I remind me of the first one. And the first one is centered around the whole idea of when people don't like what you like and you walk off feeling bad about it. I want to go there for a moment, but I need to share this. I remember I bought a truck and I showed up on an event and I showed up with my truck. Truck was clean, Sabrina. I put on some rims on that truck. I had the back covered put on the truck. Man, listen, I felt like this was the cleanest truck in the state of Texas, okay? I pull up at the event and some dude pull up, one of my friends. Man, what you bought that truck for? I wouldn't buy no truck, right? And so for a moment, I'm starting to feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
But I want to go over to cross how sometimes people can mess with your spirit, and you got to just know.
Yeah.
One, hey man, if you show up in a yellow truck, I'm saying, hey man, you got a truck, nice truck, Sabrina. If you showed up in a car, it's your car.
Yeah.
Why do we have to give an opinion on what people are showing up? And I'm not talking about just an opinion, but a negative opinion. What's that all about? What's that? I showed up in it. It's mine. It's clear that I chose this. But now you want to come and there are some people who still struggling with this from elementary school because now you're an adult and someone said, I don't like, and now you feel some kind of way. So this is connected to my last point. Yeah, I can remember going to events. And this happened to me last year or year before last. Someone said to me, I went to a store, Sabrina, bought me this nice outfit, and the person somebody walked up to me and said, I don't like that sweater on you. I don't like that. And for a moment, I was like, oh, okay. And I kept on talking because, kept cool. Yeah. And I had to pat myself on the back when I sat in the car because I said, oh, Ricardo, you grown. I can remember the days when I wouldn't have worn a sweater anymore because a couple of people may not have liked the sweater, but I bought the sweater because I like the sweater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your view on that? Allowing people's opinion to dim your light or alter your smile or appreciation for what you're doing?
People only have the power that you release them to have.
Come on.
I don't give people the power to dictate my feelings and my emotions.
Straight up. That's what I'm
like, no. Okay, you don't like it? You ain't pay for it. You ain't got no money on it. You don't see no receipt in your pocket. It's okay. I like it. I'm aware. It's mine. It's cool. It's okay. I'll be a fashionista. It's my one and only. It's okay.
Right.
And we have to have that mindset like, I'm not trying to please you. I can't please you and me. So one of us got to go, and it's got to be you. I'm stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So once we transition our mind to stop focusing on what other people's expectations are of us, what other people's opinion is about us, and all of us are uniquely designed differently.
Yep.
The way I'm built is meant for me. Yeah. And so you don't have to like it. Yeah. And it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose no sleep.
I feel like, and I'm not gonna be angry with you, and I'm not gonna snap at you.
No.
Because here's the deal. I've learned to let you have an opinion, but I don't have to allow your opinion to change my mood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not gotten my Effective Living book yet, you are missing out. Check out the book. I'll be right back with Sabrina Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined today with Sabrina Williams out of Chicago. Sabrina, we're talking about career. We're talking about the fact that there's a place where we belong. There's an identity discovery. There's a place where we belong, and there is a discovery one must acquire about oneself if you're going to enjoy the journey of life and career. As we close our talk out today, remind those persons that are out there that's watching this that just needs to be reminded. Do the work to find you and live your life to the fullest so God can be glorified through it.
Yeah. I want to leave them, if they don't remember anything else, is stop allowing people to vote about you. It's no vote, right? You decide on what you want to do.
Right.
And when you stop taking other people's tallies
come on,
and counting it up and say, okay, well, no. When you self-discover who you're called to be, you'll be able to discover, even in your career, what you're called to do and be successful in that. And I think that self-discovery is the hardest thing as humans, trials that we really go through, but it's the most rewarding one. It's so liberating when you do that. And so if you have not self-discovered who you are, whether it's getting a therapist, whether it's getting a mentor, go through the process of discovering who you are so you can live free, not only for yourself, but for your children, for your friends that you're supposed to be around. Because if you haven't discovered who you are, you're probably being the person negative in their lives as well. And so that's so important. And get up in the morning time and do what you want to do. Like, get up in the morning time and be excited about where you're going. And if that's not happening, do that self-discovery so you can figure out what you're called to do.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sabrina Williams. Listen, guys, we're celebrating 2 years as Effective Living. I'm so glad my sister has been able to join me tonight and just challenge our audience to just do some work. I wanted to have this talk because I wanted to wake some people up. I'm learning stuff. Okay, you allowed me, when you were sharing, I was getting free. Come on. See, I'm of the belief, conversations like this, one statement can release somebody from something that they've been carrying for decades.
Yeah, absolutely.
One truth could be the key.
Yeah.
I heard it during the talk when Sabrina and Coach Ricardo were talking, and she mentioned this, and the light bulb turned on. Now, they may have heard it before, but it wasn't until you mentioned it that they got free. And that's what these talks are all about. And so thank you for giving us some of your time this evening. We appreciate you so much. How can people follow you, stay in contact with you, and capitalize on the services you have to offer?
You can follow me on Sabrina L. Williams on all my platforms and contact me there. And I'll be happy to assist you.
Come on.
Technology, coaching, online, social media, whatever you need.
That's what she does. Sabrina, it's always a delight to connect with you online. Keep shining, keep soaring. Listen, the rest of our lives will definitely be the best of our lives. It's been a great talk.
Absolutely.